Welcome to another edition of Wrestling Goons Radio Around the Squared Circle. Today we had an episode already planned out for you yesterday, and then we got the news of Roddy Piper passing away, and we had to script that. So the first part of this episode is all for the hot rod, Roddy. I'm here with Damian Lawson and Mark Pitts. Guys, I know this is kind of shocking to all of us. We're all around the same age. So Piper is somebody, Destiny, when Destiny passed me, I didn't watch much of Destiny's career other than the old stuff, but I grew up with Piper. This was big to me and it hit me pretty hard. I'll start with you, Damien. What was your first reaction when you read this or heard this yesterday?
My first reaction was I saw it in the Wrestling Goons. I was on break at work, but I didn't believe it. It hit me about 11 o'clock when I got off work and I started reading everywhere. Um, it was a big part of my childhood, Roddy was, because he feuded with Hogan. He beat Mr. T with a belt. I mean, I watched this dude for a long time, and it was kind of sad.
For real. Yeah, it hit me pretty hard. Mark, I know you didn't know until really, really late last night, so you're having to digest it all today pretty much. What was your thoughts whenever, well, I broke the news to you?
Yeah, that was kind of awkward. You like come in at like 12 o'clock and then, wow, so Hot Rod's dead? Wow, that kind of sucks. Like, are you sure he's not ribbing us all or some shit?
All right.
But yeah, like two greats gone really quickly back to back.
See,
The mouthpiece, the original, like just do whatever you want to on the microphone.
61 years old, died of cardiac arrest. He did die in his sleep, from what I have read. That is, I don't have the autopsy or anything, but that's what they're saying in Hollywood, California. Uh, Canadian, born in Saskatoon. Big influence on Bret Hart's career. I didn't realize how much Britain he meant to Bret until Bret wrote his thing today, which, by the way, if you haven't read it, go find it. It's pretty awesome stuff. I want to remind you, by the way, about our show that thank everyone that has listened to us on Max Sports channels. And if you're listening to us on WrestlingGoonsRadio.blogspot.com, and hopefully you're downloading us on iTunes and Stitcher at Wrestling Goons Radio. Back to Roddy. Damien, he was never a world heavyweight champion in WWE. He had 34 title reigns all across his promotion, starting in 1969. Very, very long career. Do you feel like Roddy Piper gets the due just that he deserves in the WWE universe?
No, I don't. I do believe his character played an important part of the reason why we still watch WWE. He might not have been champion, but he was the best villain for Hogan at the time.
I think his line that he used when he returned to WCW said it best for me, just like you just said, when he said, "Do you think they would have loved you so much if they didn't hate me just as much?" It took Piper being that kind of villain to make Hogan that kind of good guy.
Exactly, because without Piper, Hogan's not as big as he was.
I would dare say he was the number one villain, wouldn't you say?
He was. There wouldn't have been no Hogan Andre the Giant if it wasn't for Piper.
Correct.
Piper paved the way for Ted DiBiase and Andre the Giant to go against that guy.
And how many segments have we seen on Piper's Pit where controversy happens or a couple breaks up? Like he's the center of controversy in the wrestling world.
Yep.
Mark, what about you? Do you think he gets the due that he deserves?
Like, as far as the fans, I think that he's one of the few characters that he didn't really necessarily need that World Heavyweight Championship to get all the respect that he is due with regards to the fans, as far say. But like on a stat sheet, just reading down the list, yeah, I think that a couple World Heavyweight Championships should have been in line.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, yeah, it's just still a really big shock to us. Thoughts are very good to all his family and his friends. I know that the WWE universe is hurting right now, and they're all trying to soak it in. Just, wow, Roddy is gonna be missed. I don't know how they're gonna ever. One thing I found that was really shocking to me, and this is in 2003, he did an interview with HBO Real Sports, and that's the one where he talked about concussions in wrestling and death costs for pro wrestling. And that is when he was fired by WWE for that interview. Now, the respect that Roddy does get is that he went to TNA from 2003 to 2005. When Roddy was brought back to WWE in 2005, it was to put Roddy in the Hall of Fame. And most people that go to TNA, the WWE doesn't give that respect for, and they did for Roddy Piper. So I will have to give McMahon credit for that. Final thoughts on Roddy Piper before we move on, and I'm pretty sure we'll end the show with him as well. Mark.
Man, just some very comical moments in some of the more serious too. Like he had such a way with words that whatever he was talking about at that moment in time, and it could have been nothing more than him putting out a cigarette or a cigar with a fire extinguisher in the middle of the ring, but it made you want to watch it just to see what he was gonna say. Like that is how you control an audience, and you can captivate so much emotion just through your words.
Damien, final thoughts.
He might have been the first person Vince didn't censor. He got away with so much in a time when you couldn't do or say things.
Even in the Pinhead era, like they never scripted Piper, even in his elder years.
Yeah, without Piper, there would be no pipe bomb.
No, no. Without Piper, everything would have been scripted.
I just watched.
Everything.
I just watched.
316 wouldn't have never happened.
I just watched the last Piper spent 1 year ago on Raw with the Shield, or the members of the Shield. You know, Reigns and Ambrose and Rollins was there, and this was whatever he was trying to smooth them out or what have you. Um, he wasn't censoring then. It was awkward that he was there, but they still, Vince gave him that respect to give him a live mic and say, go do your thing, go Piper said. That's what I'm going to take from it. I'm going to take that he's the only man that I'll ever know, and that probably anybody will ever know, that could wear a kilt and nobody question it. Nobody say what a girly man you are. Because if they did, Roddy Piper would whoop your ass. Unless we all knew it. So, wow, it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem like we're not going to see Piper's Pit ever again. And I'm really hoping tonight at UFC 190 that Ronda Rousey does him right, does him nice justice. Maybe we sing the entrance music, wear the hot rod shirt. That would be really cool. But from Wrestling Goons Radio for sure, Roddy. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family for sure. We got another show though that we have to do. We got to pick up everything where we're leaving off last time. Last time on Monday Night Raw, Damien, John Cena had a broken nose. The update is he will not be working any shows until SummerSlam if he works it. Do you think he'll be there in a match?
I hope not, but yeah, he's seen a. We'd seen him with a golf ball in his elbow and show up a month later. So a nose is nothing.
Torn pectoral 4 months later.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mark, he'll be there, right?
Well, yeah, even if he has to wear Cody Rhodes' protective mask.
Yeah, Cody doesn't need it.
we've already discussed this. That man's not going to miss a major pay-per-view.
So I would say he is going to be there. I'm kind of hoping that he is not, but that's the John Cena hater in me. If he isn't, I don't know where they go with Rollins. I don't think he would have a match in that case. So he'll definitely be there. He'll wear the mask. You're not going to get to see him on Raw, though, or SmackDown. I would still have him there in a non-wrestling role. Do you think that would work, Damien?
John Cena on the mic is gold. So, yeah, they'll do it. But I don't want to see him in the title picture.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's winning.
I know he's not winning, but I just don't want to. And if he do win, I hope Sheamus cash in.
Wow.
I do not.
I haven't even thought of that possibility, but Sheamus can cash in. And this pay that would mean, oh my god. Wow. Stay tuned, folks. Mark, are you with us still?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we're gonna move to Daniel Bryan. He's been doing a lot of promotional tours this week for his book. He was on the Sam Roberts show. He's not hiding the fact, guys, that he's healthy and he wants to wrestle. He said that the NFL doctors have cleared him, but the WWE doctors will not. And there's a good chance that if he, for the next 3 years that he's under contract with WWE, that he may not wrestle in the ring. Is there a chance, Mark, that you can see Daniel Bryan in another company within the next 3 years?
I mean, is there a possibility? Always, but do I see that happening? No. I think you're getting worked over, Anthony.
Do you think that Daniel Bryan will be in the WWE ring within the next 3 years as a wrestler?
Yeah, I think he's going to be at Royal Rumble to be.
Oh. I think you heard it here, folks. Mark believes that this is a work from Daniel Bryan and the WWE. Damien, want to hear thoughts on this?
If it's not a work, he's ruffling some feathers.
Right? And this is big time.
If it's not a work, he's coming at the people up top. And he might not never see another match in the WWE.
If it is a work, then this is like Daniel Bryan versus the Authority on steroids.
Yeah.
Wow. My belief is he could go somewhere else. I mean, if they won't let him work and they keep him as a poster boy for the next 3 years, he could be a good little soldier. But he also hinted in his interview that Bree's contract is up soon, and she wants to be a mama, and he wants to be a daddy, and he referenced Ted DiBiase Jr., who walked away from the WWE in order to be a father. So all the hints are out there that he may not be doing this forever. Who knows? Stay tuned for Daniel Bryan. Damien, I want to let you talk a minute while we're on talking about Daniel Bryan about how many concussions that we've seen recently. Alicia Fox was a recent member. We've had Dolph go through a ton and The Undertaker. Do you think that the styles we're having today in the ring are leading to this?
No. There was concussions always. It's not something new. I think because of the NFL litigation, that Vince is more like, no, you're not getting back in the ring. I mean, all the other concussions besides Alicia Fox's was before the NFL ruling. So he let the Undertaker back a year later, but who's going to stop the Undertaker?
True, that's true. Yeah,
Vince can't stop him.
Yeah, Undertaker doesn't go by the rules that everybody else does.
Right. But everybody else, like Dolph's, it was before all that litigation.
Daniel Bryan readily admits that he's being unsafe, like when he does his, like the headbutt to Sheamus. You just don't headbutt a big guy like that, like especially when you have a history of concussions.
But this is on Daniel too. He has to change his style.
I agree. And it's all on Daniel, actually.
He has to change his style. And
Mark,
if he don't want to change his style, I would keep him out the ring too.
so, do you believe that he is a true liability to WWE? Like, is there a way he can sign a waiver that says, all right, you're not going to be responsible if anything happens to me if he wants to work that bad? Because that's what he's trying to leave everybody to believe is that I want to be in the ring, but they won't let me.
They won't let Kurt Angle in the ring.
True. And he was a TNA World Champion recently.
So, what makes you think that they're going to sign waivers for him? Kurt Angle is a better wrestler, more decorated than Daniel Bryan.
Whoa. Well, that's another story, sir. Hold on.
More decorated and a better wrestler. Those are two different things, sir.
He's a better wrestler. I don't know about more decorated.
More decorated. More times world champion.
If you mean red, white, and blue. But he had a longer career, too.
More champion. Olympic champion.
That's not
with
fair.
A broken neck.
Daniel Bryan spent like 11 years on the indie circuit, so.
Do those championships count?
Yeah, because he won them all there.
Do they count? Yeah, they count.
Yeah, so Daniel Bryan just as much of a champion.
Almost.
Speaking of The Undertaker, we talked about his concussions. He has a new Dead Man Inc. shirt out, guys. And they have said the big evil once or twice in promos. I have a feeling they may be hinting at mixing the characters of The Undertaker as the dead guy and the biker gimmick and kind of making a combination, creating Mark Calloway. That's where I think they might be going with this. Damien, what do you think?
I think this is final ride. I think this year we're going to see all of them.
He'll like pull up Mankind and just do every act he ever had?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he's riding off in the sunset after next year's WrestleMania. So I believe we're going to see all of the Undertakers.
That'd be pretty cool if we got every reincarnation of the Undertaker. Mark, thoughts on this?
So that whole thing with Brock, you'll have to kill me. That he goes out as his biker gimmick at SummerSlam, quote unquote. Brock kills him off. Then he comes back at Rumble as something else.
Yeah, but how many times have they killed the Undertaker and he was resurrected? So.
Well, how many times in the past 5 years?
Well, yeah, no. I meant once, so.
So, I mean, like, it's not like the audience actually, in Vince's eyes, would never remember all that.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because half of them aren't even born yet that are in the arena anyway.
By the way, I still think that was the worst segment in wrestling history. The Yokozuna thing was awful. It was terrible.
What about the burial with the tractor?
That was pretty bad too. Burying Paul Bearer alive, that was pretty horrible. There's a lot I can go that I just.
What about 30 men jumping on top of him in the grave and letting Kane dump stuff on him?
We're not even gonna mention the ISIS thing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible. I'm not for it. Like, I really, really just want the Undertaker to be the Undertaker, as in the dead guy. Like, I had a problem with the promo he cut on Raw when he came back. Not just for the content that he said about, oh, I'm here and I'm jealous, blah, blah, blah. Like, I want you to talk with the slow delivery where your only goal is to rest in peace. Like, that's the Undertaker. I don't need any more than that. So, I don't know. I feel like they take away from the character.
I want the original back.
Yeah, no, that's where, well, Paul Bear's not here to do all the talking for that, so. Because he didn't talk at all in the very beginning.
But he was scary as hell.
Yeah, hell yeah, he was.
So you don't want Mark Calloway to do whatever it is that he wants to do to the Undertaker in his last run?
Hell no, you want
to be selfish and just have your own Undertaker?
I don't care about Mark Calloway the person.
Well, the man who's played this part to a T for over 30 years.
I care about the Undertaker.
You don't care about his wishes?
I care about the Undertaker, the character that I'm watching on TV. Is that selfish of me? Probably. But I'm a wrestling fan, and wrestling fans are selfish.
That
Sorry.
we are.
Sorry. And you know what? You know how they're selfish? Wrestlers. That's all you should know. With everything, they charge people in wheelchairs $50 for autographs with their name on it. That's ridiculous. I'm not better than them.
$50.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever met Mark Calloway?
No.
Okay, so you don't know if he'd give you an autograph for free or not.
I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
No,
So we're not just talking about Virgils of the world here, are we?
No, I was
Virgil
like,
charging $50?
no, Virgil was right. Yeah, he was. He actually was. $50. No, but here's the thing with Virgil. Side note here. We're going to go on this tangent for a minute. Virgil will go up to you when you're at a table looking at wrestling pictures, and he'll be like, "Who's your favorite wrestler? Who's your favorite wrestler?" And you'll tell him who your favorite wrestler is. He'll be like, "You like $1 Million Man? You like $1 Million Man?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, I like him." And Virgil will somehow slip his picture down, and he will guilt trip you into signing it and not tell you how much it costs. And once you sign it, once he signs it, he'll be like, "That's gonna be $50." That's Virgil. Are you there? Damien.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's Virgil. That's what he does.
Wow.
No, we got nothing. That's
Wow.
That could be a whole nother podcast topic over there.
yeah, Virgil.
we had 50 minutes on Virgil last week.
He's out there. Virgil won. And Virgil was I got nothing on Virgil. The TNA deal is over pretty much. They're gonna have their winner take all match. Spoiler alert, GFW wins. Jeff Harrison and Boston were in TNA anyway until they go off the air. Mark, do you think they're at GFW will just take over TNA spot on Destination America, or will they relocate?
I would hope that they would. I would hope that they would just be like, "We bought this company. You had a contract with them. We'll agree to that contract. You just want to re-sign it over to Global Force Incorporated or whatever they call themselves, and move on with the deal." And that's what you do. And I think Jeff Jarrett probably had something to do with Ring of Honor moving from right before his show to only after it as well.
Good point. Good point. Damien, you glad to see TNA go?
Yeah. I haven't watched TNA in over a year.
Oh, you gotta watch
Mhm.
GFW.
Yeah, I was about to say, would you watch Global Force?
No,
Well,
not going to say I'm going to watch it.
So
have
the
no
death of TNA
interest.
means nothing.
Yeah, Damien said TNA. Goodbye.
I have no interest in it at all.
I got you.
No.
Bash at the Beach is coming back though, possibly to WWE. You do like that, right?
Yeah.
Where are they gonna throw this in at? Like, what are they gonna replace?
I don't know.
What do we got in the summer, Bart?
I don't
They should
know.
replace Battlegrounds, to be honest.
Hey, maybe they will. Maybe that's a good.
No, not Battleground.
What else?
Battleground
Okay,
was
so
a good pay-per-view.
What about
this
people.
year, what about the last 3 years that they did
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
They should replace the elimination chamber that served no purpose this year.
Yeah, they
That
need to get rid
is
of
being
that.
replaced. That's a network exclusive only.
No, but they need to do away with that. Period. Like the match.
Even if it's the number 13 pay-per-view of the year,
Yep.
just by
Yep.
itself.
Do away with the match. The match.
Yep.
Oh my-
You can't have the match in a PNG era. You can't do it. It's not.
The Intercontinental title match was good.
Was it?
Yeah,
You sure?
I'm fairly positive.
I
The
would go
tag
back.
team match, it was
I'd go back and watch it again if I were you.
I don't know.
I don't really not challenge you to do that tonight. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be happy with that match. It was not that good to me. Yeah. Wow.
Not Battleground. Battleground was
Well, what's the,
arguably one of the best pay-per-views after
that's the
WrestleMania.
that's the July pay-per-view, right? They gotta do it. Like that's the one that Bash and the Beans has to go to if they bring it back. I would think. What I have to see. Ray's sister Minka has a tryout. Bart seems to not think she's Sister Abigail, and Bray says she's not either. Damien, do you hope she is?
I hope she is. She's not. I don't believe that they're going to let anybody be Sister Abigail. But then again, I didn't know the Undertaker had a brother till 10 years later.
Touche.
So,
Touche.
so anything is possible.
Bart, I know you're happy about it.
Um, I mean, like, I really don't think that she'll be a Sister Abigail, but I mean, who knows? It's Vince McMahon. He can make up his mind and then change it 500 times before the show starts. But she is kind of cute, and I mean, if wrestling's in her blood, then she at least can't be half bad. Maybe not as bad as Eva Marie starting out.
If she
I would assume.
isn't a Sister Abigail, they won't give her a Wyatt name. Like, they won't refer to her as Ray's sister on television.
Oh no, because she's also Bo's sister, and they're not going to mention that either.
Yeah, they won't. They won't put any of
What?
them together.
Okay, so what if they actually mention that she's a Bo's sister and she's one of those positive people like he is?
That could work, but then that also buries her before she even gets going.
Yep.
You saying
No
you're not a
one wants
Bo
to be-
believer?
I am a Bo
No one
believer.
wants to be anywhere near Bo.
Yeah, I am a believer, but nobody else in creative is. So, that's not gonna work for her. Speaking of creative and being awful, The Miz replaced that guy we're not gonna mention on Tough Enough, and it did not help the ratings. Season finale is this Tuesday. Damien, was this the worst season they've ever had? And should they bring it back?
They shouldn't bring it back. I'm not gonna pay $9.99 to see it. Um, I understand bringing the Miz back to Tough Enough because he came from there, but that should have been the original. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be a judge now. He should have been a judge because he came from there. Um,
Did
somebody
he
to
win it?
replace. No,
Well, they already had him on
How?
the Tough Talk show.
no,
Okay,
no.
so I have a question though. Y'all keep saying that this year is the worst ever. Name a year that the winner, the actual winner, received a contract and no one else did.
That doesn't mean anything. They had people from the show
Name
do well.
okay, name
Hey,
a winner.
the one before this, who got a contract?
Silent Rage?
Have you seen him since?
Nope. That's how I'm telling you that this is not the worst I've ever seen. There
Oh,
was
no,
some
it's
pretty
the worst.
horrific Tough Enoughs. I'm sorry.
You're not even seeing in-ring action in this. You at least saw wrestling in the other one. They're
But
not
that's just
wrestling in
because
this one.
That's because they switched to a different format because they like reality TV.
And it's awful. That's what makes it awful. I want wrestling.
Ugh, the wrestling on the other ones sucked just as much.
It's at least wrestling. They're not wrestling in this. They're
Yeah,
only
So-
doing
so-
the other
drills.
one, the wrestling sucked. And
So you would rather see like sucky wrestling
I'd rather see
than
bad wrestling than drills.
reality
Yes, I would.
TV?
Yes. I hate reality TV, so absolutely.
Okay, so that's just your opinion.
Maybe so, but I watch wrestling. That's what I'm there to watch.
Well, does wrestling come on at Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on USA?
I was hoping that it did. I was hoping a version of it would.
Oh my.
Because I'm here to recruit a wrestler. I don't want an entertainer. I want a wrestler to get the Tough Enough deal.
Well, they missed out on that on Patrick, sir.
Now, they missed out on that whenever they decided to make the average Joe have a chance at being a wrestler rather than taking the top indie stars.
Have they ever
saying it-
taken the top indie stars?
Why
and did
not?
that?
Why would you not?
Because their name's Vincent Kennedy McMahon and you hate indie stars, and the only reason that they're on your show right now is because of a man named Paul Levesque.
Yeah, I don't think they hate him anymore. So,
I'm sure Vince still holds a grudge, and I'm sure he would promote Roman Reigns through that faster than any superstar.
Damien, would you like a Tough Enough that had indie stars?
it will be worth watching.
So the man wouldn't give us $9.99 now, but he would if we had it in the stores. Listen up, Vince.
But
You have someone who's
but
already paying
I
$9.99.
I don't know what indie star would give up their living to come on the
oh no,
reality show where you get nothing.
there's a lot. Because you're an indie star, which means you're already an independent contractor, right? If you don't make it, you just take your bookings back. And you get more bookings because you had the exposure of the WWE.
Yeah, but they got a non-compete contract.
Where? Who?
I guarantee they will put a non-compete in it. If you get
No.
kicked off the show, you
No.
have to wait.
Big O was on it. Was Zack Ryder's
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
have non-compete. They don't. They can now. They do
Not unless you
non-compete.
win it.
They do non-compete if you've been on their television show already. Like if you've been on Monday Night Raw, then you can't go wrestle for another company. But I like it. I think they should do it. I would watch more because I'm just gonna tell you now that I won't be watching again. I'm done with Tough Enough. I gave it a chance this time. I like ZZ, but I'm at the point now to where if somebody don't vote this guy off, I'm gonna have a big problem. If I'm looking at him on my TV on Monday nights, because he's exactly what I'm talking about not being a wrestler at all.
Yeah,
And
you saved him the first 3 weeks.
I should not be allowed to vote for that reason. I'm one of the people that should have my vote taken away. Speaking of taken away, guys, TNA isn't the only thing dying apparently. Lucha Underground is their final show this Wednesday of season 1. Right now, they do not have funding for a season 2. And it's not even known if they'll be back on the El Rey network when they are. Damien, did you watch Lucha Underground at all? And if you did or didn't, do you hope they get a second season?
I watch sparingly because here all I have it is in Spanish. But I would love them to have a second season because the wrestling there is wonderful. If it's just about the wrestling, it's wonderful. I have nothing bad to say about it.
I love the vignettes. I love how they make them feel like movies whenever they're doing their stories. It's great. I think WWE can take a lot of lessons from Lucha Underground as far as their production. They can elevate the Bray Wyatt character so much if they did his promos the way that Lucha Underground does theirs. But
it's a lot of ways they can elevate Bray Wyatt, but that's another discussion.
Yeah, amen. Yeah. Mark, are you hoping they come back?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I know me and you watched a lot. Like, I know Damien said that he mostly interested in the wrestling, but they actually did have quite a few storylines going, like all at once too, and you could keep them all separated. They did a great job in that, and like you said before, the vignettes, the little mini movies, those were a nice addition. And I know this is gonna come off kind of awkward. Having the women actually wrestle the men and be able to compete at the same level, I don't think that diminishes women as wrestlers, but it just means that they can actually take on guys, and there's no difference in between the two. I think that says a lot.
I think that the worry that WWE would have is not that it would diminish women, is that it would make their men look weaker. And Lucha Underground doesn't do that. They actually promote that their women are as equal to their men. And another side thing is that the WWE has recently said that Lana will not be their next big push for the top diva, and they want a Latin presence to do it. Eva Lee said Lucha Underground. She was at FCW at one time. That's the one right there, guys. Like, if you haven't seen Eva Lee wrestle, find her. Look up her stuff. She is legit. Wow. I really want her to be in WWE. Mark?
She should bring back her MMA gear, team back up with Paige, become the anti-divas again, and then just kill. I mean, I don't know why they dropped her from FCW, to be honest with you. I was kind of shocked at that. I was kind of upset.
Yeah, because she's had it big at Lucha Underground with the Son of Havoc gimmick and the Angelico. They're the trio champions. And that storyline is the best storyline they got with the whole triple love affair thing they got. It's just really good TV. But yeah, wow, I hope they come back. I watched all every season. I'll be watching Ultimate Lucha. Kind of know what happened already, but I'll still watch anyway. Um, I'll go with you, Damien. Final thoughts of anything we haven't touched on, or anything you want to get one more thing in?
I just want to say, rest in peace, Piper. He was one of the greatest. He was the first cool bad guy, heel, whatever you want to call him. He made it worth watching Saturday nights, staying up. I really gonna miss him.
That's what's up, Mark. Anything we've left off, or anything you want to mention on Piper one last time?
Yes, you left off one of the most improved characters in the WWE in his budding feud with an actor slash superhero. That would be Stardust.
Yes, Stardust is the Green Arrow has answered his call and apparently sent out a Twitter or Instagram of himself in the Green Hornet outfit, or in the Green Arrow, I'm sorry. And he'll be heading to the Monday Night Raw arena to a theater near you. So,
The Green Hornet,
yeah.
Tonto.
Yeah, little, Green Arrow, what do you think, Damien? You ready for this?
We know Green Arrow not going over, so
You don't think?
no,
Oh, I kind of think you would.
no.
Mark, yeah?
Yeah, the actors coming over. I actually think it's going to be a tag team match with him and Neville versus Stardust and The Miz.
My hope is that it's a one-on-one with Neville, and that the Green Arrow is his manager. That's what I would do with it. My final thoughts as well are also going to be on Piper. The coconut over the head, like we mentioned earlier with Snuka. I don't know if Damien got that in. That's always going to be something that really stood out to me as that's one of those images in time. WWE Network, anywhere you look, that's going to stick out.
It was awesome. Piper turned into a squeaker. It was awesome.
And the crowd, that was like the first time the crowd allowed to he held their breath. They were like, oh my gosh, did he really just do that? Piper gave us so many of those moments. God, I just really can't believe I'm not going to see another Piper's Pit. Rest in peace, Roddy. And I know it's going to hit the WWE hard. I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw and seeing the Piper tribute that they're going to do. It's going to be weird hearing the bell toil and hearing the bagpipes. But I'm looking forward to it. And it was a pleasure doing the show in honor of Roddy Piper. And we certainly dedicate this episode to the Hot Rod. If you want to find us on social media, we do shows twice a week. We have a Facebook page at Wrestling Goons Radio, Twitter at Goons Radio, YouTube Wrestling Goons Radio, and the same goes for iTunes and Stitcher. Type in Wrestling Goons Radio and hit subscribe. Thank all of our listeners listening on Max Sports Channel, and Phil Nathan for producing our show. Normally we end the show every single week by saying, we'll see you when we see you. But in honor of Roddy Piper, just when you think you have all the answers, that's where we change the questions. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.